The Rimworld taketh, but the Rimworld giveth. For every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction, I think. That's why we're trying to save Flamingo, because this happened in our last video. It's actually Trev they're shooting arrows at. And they end up kidnapping him. No! They're taking my boy. Trev was one of our first colonists. He wasn't one of the original 5, but I think he was the 7th overall and has been with us for a long time. But we were able to capture Flamingo. She's a 13-year-old fast learner. No other negative traits, so that's nice. We had to put her under anesthesia in order to get her controlled so we could heal her. We gave her some Phenox too so she doesn't get any infections. But right next to her, while that's all happening, we get a bug infestation. Unfortunately, instead of coming into the fire trap, it comes into the throne room, which is something that I definitely feared building the throne room in there. So it has a pretty hefty amount of insects, a lot that worries me enough to where we come up with this strategy. Firstly, we get everyone geared up. As you can see, Dioshin has some marine armor on that we bought, which is pretty sweet. But our main goal is going to be to use Armadillo. So Armadillo is actually a jogger, so she can run really fast. And we're going to have her open these doors for us. And then, well, yeah, she's going to run like hell. She gets hit once, but she's able to get down into the doorway. And then the bug walks right over the trap perfectly. They were not happy about that. And a bunch of them kite into that room. The thing I'm worried about, however, is will this be enough fire to heat up the throne room too? So I know for sure if all the bugs were in this fire trap room, they would all be incinerated quickly. But the temperature offset is not trading over into the throne room very quickly. So whereas it's, hundreds of degrees Celsius in the fire room, in the throne room, it's not getting that hot. It's only 70 degrees Celsius or so, and that's not going to be enough to kill the bugs. Plus, the bugs have already broken into my classroom, which is on the eastern side there. So I'm starting to get worried that they are actually going to escape from their hole. The ones that are in the fire room proper are taking significant hits, and the temperature does kill a few of them pretty well. But some of the other ones get the idea, and they're like, let me out of here, and they start to escape. Luckily, though, they come out trickling in 1s or 2s, and unless the bugs swarm you, they're not that hard to deal with. If they're coming in, a couple guys at a time, it's when they all kind of rush you at once that they get really more difficult to handle. Plus, I haven't even had to use my polar bears or my wolves yet. I'm actually trying not to call the animals out to attack because my one girl's just kind of going crazy, chucking frags everywhere. So, despite the destruction of all of our classroom and our throne room, that actually worked out fairly decently. I liked the run and open the door strategy. I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta come up with a plan. Any plan is better than no plan. And I'd rather rebuild stuff than have people die for sure. But they definitely did a work on Starboy's throne room. He's gonna be very upset for a little while. He gets more pretentious the more titles he gains. In order to repair the throne room, though, we're going to have to do some strip mining. We're going to need a lot of marble and a lot of granite to repair all these walls and replace all this marble pillars and the throne itself. I end up getting the classroom built back pretty quickly and the throne room, although I'm realizing that I put in the wrong color carpet. What contracting company did we use for this home renovation? We should get a discount or some of our money back. Flamingo has joined, though. She joined very quickly. And in celebration, we gave Starboy a new eye. We made him a bionic eye because we finally researched advanced bionic replacements. He also has a prosthetic arm, which we might give him a bionic arm at some point, but that's okay. Beards also has a crushed right eye. The issue is that he's 60 years old, so I'm like, how much do I want to invest in this dude? It actually might be cheaper to throw him into the bioregenerator. It'll take longer, but in general it's cheaper because to make a bionic eye costs 4 advanced components. To create this biogenerator only costs 4 regular components. So I think we'll just throw him in there for a little while and let him chill. It'll repair his eye for him. It will take 30 days though, and that's a pretty long time. It's half a year, and he's our main farmer, so we're gonna have to adjust a little bit and get some people that can help us farm. Maybe our children. That would be ideal. Kybrix is a miner, obviously. He's not a farmer, but that's okay. Owl and our Neanderthal that we recruited are now lovers. She's been kind of passed around a little bit. I'm just going to say her old boyfriend is now with our slave. Starboy is getting a new title, Praetor, which is cool, but it's going to make him have higher expectations and need nicer things and nicer rooms, although he'll get a new Psylink level 4, which is a smoke pop, which is nice. It's a defensive Psylink, but I really like his vertigo that makes people throw up. That's pretty cool. I don't actually use his Psylinks on this raid, but we have a lot of turrets set up. In my last video I was talking about bringing more of my defenses inside the base to defend against breacher raids and just raids in general coming through the kill box. So that's what we did here, and it worked much better. If my defenses were outside, they would have crushed everything and I'd had to rebuild all my turrets over again, which I was getting annoyed doing. The main thing with this raid is I'm taking them down pretty quickly, but you gotta watch out for this gal with the triple launcher. It gets ready to launch, and I can see it's kind of aimed at my people up north, so I have them run up north, and then it has to reset. So we get that person down that has the triple launcher. That's actually their leader. You can see they dropped a bunch of silver when they die. Then I'm hopeful I can maybe capture another person for recruitment. They have a shattered spine, but like I said, I researched bionic replacements, so I could make them a new spine if I wanted to, but then I realized that they're unwaveringly loyal, so then I wouldn't even be able to recruit them, so I just throw them in the box. Meanwhile, our first child has got their first traits, and this has kind of been our goal throughout these videos, is to grow these 3 children to adulthood. So we get medical, shooting, and plants, and then we're considering Night Owl, which is fun, but I mean, you can't pass up tough. Being harder to kill is just so useful on the Rimworld. And then, hey, we can immediately put them to work cutting away some blight. Unfortunately, cutting blight doesn't improve your plant skills, but we still need their help anyway. In the next video, the other kids come of age and will be one step closer to Exodus.